Hello everyone, and welcome back to Learning to Be Prepared. My name is Jeremy, and today I want to talk to you real quick about something that I think a lot of us probably deal with, but it's not always the easiest it's not always the easiest thing to come up with a solution for. And so I had a couple of ideas for you. In my opinion, when I get ready to put my everyday carry items in my pockets, it can sometimes be something that I forget to do, or I have to look where everything is. And I've done it before where I attached a drop pouch to my EDC bag. That way when I get up in the morning, right as I grab my EDC bag, I can reach into the dump pouch attached to it, pull out my EDC items, and put them in my pockets and go. And that way I'm not going to forget everything. But a lot of times what happens, especially as I change EDC bags, is I end up just dumping everything on the table or leaving it in my pants pockets overnight. And if you have to change clothes or if you're leaving in a hurry, sometimes things get scattered on your desk and it's not always exactly where you leave it. So what I've been doing for the past week or two is I've been using this little, what I consider my EDC tray. I found this at the Goodwill store for about $4, I believe. And what I like doing with this is just keeping it on my table here. And when I empty my pockets at night, I can just put my watch and everything, my key fob, my key bar with my little EDC flashlight, and then my normal size flashlight, and whatever pocket knife I might be carrying on that day. I can just put everything in there and sit that right on my desk here. And that way when I get ready to leave in the morning, everything is kind of right here. Now this is not always everything that I carry, but for the sake of the video, these are the quick items I want to show you here. So it's just a very simple way to keep everything together. Now the reason I like doing it this way is I feel like when you have a place to put your EDC items, it creates a purpose, if you will. So when I see this on my desk every morning, I know that everything is in here for a purpose. And when I take everything out of my pockets at night, this tray has a purpose, and that's for me to put everything in it when I get ready to get out of uniform or just get out of my day clothes and get ready to hit the hay. But there's one thing that I really wanted to focus on in this video that goes a little bit beyond this tray. And that is what happens if you have other EDC items that you don't carry on a daily basis, or when you have EDC items that you want to rotate. What I've been doing for months and months now is I use the VanQuest FTIM organizers to store all my extra flashlights. And then I'll use a separate FTIM organizer for all my extra pocket knives, and even a third FTIM to store all of my extra Leathermans, because every now and then I like to EDC a multi-tool instead of a pocket knife, or sometimes I like to EDC both. So what I want to show you real quick in this video, and technically it's the main thing of this video, is I want to show you an option that I came up with to store certain EDC items that can be near your EDC tray, and it makes it much more easy to pick items that you want to use for that particular day. So you may not choose to put all of your extra flashlights, all of your extra knives, and all of your extra different types of EDC items in what I'm about to show you, but maybe at the beginning of the month you want to change out these items and you want to put the items that you plan on using that month. If you're a YouTube reviewer and you have some flashlights you're going to be reviewing, or some pocket knives, or even little gadgets, I think this setup that I'm about to show you will be a great way to be able to at least put part of your EDC rotation near your EDC tray, to do it at a price that's very affordable, and yet it gives you a lot of fluctuation on putting all your stuff together. So let me show you what I came up with. These are like a 3-drawer system, and they're made by Sterilite. Now, these little systems set this down here. They have 3 drawers. And what's nice about these is that they cost about $4.85 a set. Now, I saved the sticker here for you, and I'll see if I can get that in camera. These are going to be 8.5 inches depth, 7 1/4 inches wide, and 6 7/8 inches in height. And as you can see at the top here, it's made by Sterilite. Now, I bought mine at Walmart, and what I did is I got 3 different sets. I would like to get a 4th one to put right here, just because I have some other items I wouldn't mind keeping in these drawers. And I'd like to have some extra drawers occasionally, just so that, you know, if I find new items that I want to stick in here, I can do that. But for the sake of this video, I only have a few types of items in these drawers so that it can give you a little bit of variety in what you might want to include yours if you wanted to go this route. So in this first one, what I've done is in this top drawer, I have my little pocket first aid kit that I made out of a VanQuest wallet. But then I also have a second first aid kit that I like to use when I'm wearing a suit, because I keep eyeglass wipes, hand wipes, band-aids, and a few other items in here, and it slips very nicely right into my suit. So on Sundays, this would be an item that I would take out of here and put directly in my suit. But other days, the first aid kit that I would carry on my body could be the smaller one that's I put in the VanQuest wallet. Now, I also keep first aid kits in my EDC bag and my car and things like that, but it's nice to have smaller ones that are on your body at times. In the next drawer, I just have a few of my different multi-tools. I'll lift this up to where you can see it a little bit better. And then in the bottom drawer, I have just a few of my pocket knives that I might EDC in a rotation this month. So what's nice about it is I can just set that one right here and then come to this one. And if I want to get ready in the morning, and instead of maybe carrying this ATAC flashlight, I'll open up here, and if I want to carry an extra like smaller EDC light, like maybe one of these O lights or this Phoenix, which is a great keychain light, I can grab 1 or 2 of these depending on what I'm doing and add them to my EDC. I have a few larger lights. This is going to be the Phoenix PD35 and also my through night, and this is the TN12, and this is just one of my absolute favorite lights along with the PD35. But the whole idea here is just to be able to have access to items that you want to include in your rotation throughout the month. I also have a drawer of these little eyeglass cleaners. I'll see if I can get that in the film for you here. These are about $5 for a box of 200. You just tear them open and take out the disposable wipe. So I have some in here so I can grab them. And in the bottom drawer, I have some wet ones if I want to stick one of these in my pocket that day. And then in the bottom drawer, I'll put it back where you can see it. You know, I like to often carry mints and things like that. So I have some Tic Tacs and a pack of gum. These are just some EDC items that I like to vary up in my EDC every day. Now, if I had an extra drawer, I think another thing I would add in here is some of my small kits that go into Altoids tins. That way I could have a drawer with 2 or 3 different Altoids setups, and then I could just grab one of those if I was going somewhere where I knew I wasn't going to be taking an EDC bag. So this just gives you some different ideas on how to store the items that you want to rotate throughout the month. And again, keep in mind, you don't have to keep every single flashlight that you have or every pocket knife in here, but the items that you think you want to rotate through over the next few days or a few weeks, you can just use these drawers to do that, while other items like the wipes and glass cleaners and In this one, like I have the first aid kits that I use and rotate through depending on what day it is. Those items are probably always going to be here, but I hope this gives you some ideas. It's just a very quick idea. And one other thing you can do is, you know, I'm a big fan of the VanQuest Preppers color coding kits. And so another thing you can do is you can cut your strips of Velcro. I use this brand right here. This is at Walmart, and I think this is $3, and it comes with 2 feet. And I cut them into the strips of, like, I think that's 3 inches. And you would just stick that on there like that, and you peel the back off. And then you could put like the green, which is for food, which is what I would put on this bottom drawer. These are going to connect together nice and neat. I cut that Velcro perfectly so that it matches here. And then I could stick that right on there, and that way I could just pull out the drawer for the gum and mints and things like that. Now, the reason I haven't done that so far is because right now I really like how these are empty, because I can see in them very clearly. If I put my strips on there, which I still might do, or I might even cut these down and just make them a smaller one on the side where maybe it's just like 1 inch worth. But like I said, right now I really like how I can see through these, and I may not put the color coding system on here at this time. But I can push these back on my desk here, and in the morning times when I go and get into my Edc tray, if I want to just switch out some of these items which was in here, I can now do that very quickly.